Okay guys, I am going to walk you through the activity that you're going to be doing today. First things first, make sure you have your math log, make sure you have the activity sheet, which is on my pink stool, and let's get started. So you're going to open up your math lab, your math log, and in the table of contents, this is what you're going to put down, today's date. And then for this first activity, I've titled it Real Numbers Venn Diagram, because that's what we're doing. And we're working through the real number system. And the page number, it's going to be on the Concept 1 page, because this is the first thing we're putting in there. Okay, so make sure that you label this. Everything will always have a date, a title, and then a page number over here. Okay? So for the activity, you will need this piece of paper. Okay, if you are not in 8th grade, I'm not sure that you've ever seen something like this. If you have not, you can scratch it out at this time and do that quickly. Okay, so then this vocabulary up here is actually going to go into our math log in the vocab section. So I'm going to give you these definitions and you're going to write those in your math log. Okay. So the very first one is natural, and for me, I already have it in here. I wrote it a little while ago. So natural numbers are numbers that we count, okay? So like 1, 2, 3, and on and on and on, right? You typically don't start at 0 whenever you're counting something. So then whole numbers are numbers that we count and 0. So this whole number is the same as natural numbers. They're the same, but except now for whole numbers, we add in 0. We include 0. Okay? So for integers, those are whole numbers and their opposite. That means a whole number like 54 and its opposite, so negative 54. Both of those are integers. Rational numbers are numbers that can be written as A over B, so they look like a fraction, where both A and B are integers. Okay, A and B are both integers, which means they can be negative, as long as B is not 0. Okay, if B is not equal to 0, then it's okay to do this. It is not okay to have A over B where B is 0, because that is not a fraction that we use. Okay, so if I can make a number into a fraction that is not an integer or a whole number, then it is a rational number. Okay, so these definitions need to go under your vocab, and it'll be on page V1. Okay, so now that we're done with that part of our activity page, we're not going to bother with this. We're not going to write on this part or anything. What we're going to do is we are going to cut out this diagram right here. Okay, so I have mine already cut out here. Okay, then something that you guys, most of you have learned, is never write in red ink. Okay, so never write in red ink. I start at the bottom. Never goes with this one. Write in red ink over here. This one over here is for irrational. 6th grade, you guys do not worry about irrational. You can put a line through it, okay? 7th and 8th grade, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it, okay? Never in for natural. Right is W. That should be your whole numbers. In, integers. Red, R for rational. And then I for irrational, I for ink. Never write in red ink, okay? Always from the smallest to the biggest, always from the inside out. And all of these things are real numbers, okay? All of these things are real numbers. So what I'm going to do now with the numbers that I was given on this paper, I'm going to take those and place them in here. So the one that I want to look at is 0.5. This is also what we call a benchmark well, it's going to turn into a benchmark fraction. First, let's turn this into a fraction. 0.5. That means that I have 5/10 because this 5 is in the tenths place. So that fraction is 5/10 or 1/2, right? I have turned this into a fraction like A over B, just like in my vocabulary. That means that this 0.5 is a rational number. So I'm going to put 0.5 under rational numbers. It's not an integer because this number is not whole. Okay, it's a decimal. So it's not a whole number. It goes into my rational numbers. So now you're going to take these other numbers and write them in where they go. And then when you're done with that, you're going to open up your math log.
Y'all go to the office. Y'all go to the office, please.
And obviously I'm still at school, you guys, on Tuesday afternoon. I'm going to open up my math log to page C1. Okay, this is C1 because it's our first page that we're using. Okay. Uh-oh, I'm out of focus. So I'm going to open this up, and then I am going to paste this page into, if I can get this to focus. There we go. I'm going to paste this page right here. You can put it this way if it fits. If not, you can go ahead and glue it down this way. And it's going to go right into my concept section on page C1. Okay, down here at the bottom, C1. So I'm going to paste that in there. I should have my vocabulary written, and I should have the table of contents done for that page and the page numbers matching. Okay, and that's it for this station. So make sure that you check yourself. If you absolutely need help, ask a neighbor. Okay, and that's it.